Welcome to another episode of Anime Splash. I'm Neal Trotter.
I'm Ricky Morris.
Alright, so in Anime Splash, if you're not familiar with the show, what we do is we watch the first three episodes of an anime, and then based off those first three episodes only, we then decide whether or not we want to continue watching the entire anime or not. So in that respect, it kind of is more like a preview show than a review show. You know. So today is a special episode because I made a mistake. We were supposed to watch a specific type of anime, a specific anime, and I accidentally watched another one with the almost very similar title and very similar kind of plot. It was, Ricky says it's called Brother Complex. That's what they're calling it. Basically, it's about a girl that really has sexual feelings about her brother. And there's two shows that are actually about this topic, which is crazy. Two animes.
Who knew?
Yeah, who knew? Maybe there's like 10 or 15 of them we don't even know yet. But okay, we're gonna try our best. I mean, these animes have long titles, so let me. So we're gonna try to do this plot breakdown and we're gonna break down both of these animes. Ricky's gonna do that. So first we gotta start with Oniichan Dukedo Aisu Kaneke Yone. And that in English stands for as long as there's love, it doesn't matter if he is my brother, right? This is, well, we're going to shorten it, and they short it, use the shorthand name that's official, it seems. It's called OniAi. And you go ahead and want to break that down.
Alright, so this one, the main character is this girl, and she, moves in after being separated from her brother because their parents died for several years. She moves in with him, and, right away she's, develops, feelings for him, and tries to get him to look at her naked and look up her skirt and everything, but he does not want to do that because for obvious reasons. But also eventually three other girls show up, and they're interested in the main girl's brother too as well, and so she tries to compete with them, and they're like, but he's your brother. But just hilarity ensues as it's pretty much a harem anime, so a lot of those type of jokes will show up.
Yeah, that's not too complicated now, right? So now we got the other one, which I accidentally saw. And it's called Oniichan no Koto Nankatsuki Jamain Dakarane. And I didn't even write down the English. Something about I hate my...
I don't like you at all.
I don't like you at all, brother.
I don't like my brother at all.
Yeah. And we're gonna call this Oni B. So what's our plot for that?
So this one, it's pretty similar. You have the girl, she is sort of in love with her brother, and like she's trying to get him to do all this stuff with her, look at her naked, look at her panties. But the difference between him and the guy in OniA and the guy in OniB is, the guy in OniB is like a huge pervert, and he actually sort of does. He doesn't want to, but he really struggles really hard with this, and he actually does, look and stuff and stuff like that. But there's also like after the first episode, in the second episode, like another girl shows up that believes that wants to be the guy's lover, and the other girl's gonna compete with the sister to win the guy's love or whatever.
So we got that whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, so first of all, let us remove the taboo that is the whole incest thing, and try to think of this as critical. As just think about this, talk about these two shows critically. That's actually kind of hard for me to do because I'm just not really interested in shows like these. So right off the bat, I'm gonna say I will not continue watching these episodes. Not because of the whole the subject. That's, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. If it's funny, hey, I'll watch it. It's all good. The problem is just it's only so much, in my opinion, that you can take. Only so far you can go with these type of animes until it starts getting old. And that's kind of the problem I had with OniAi. Now, OniB was very, I had that problem too, but the only thing that made it a little bit better was that the guy was a little bit more believable because he was a pervert. And well, now that I think about it, but I was gonna say he's a pervert, so that he's looking at the girls that are trying to hit on him. But now that I think about it, again, that kind of makes it unbelievable because the only way a guy's gonna be interested in all these girls hitting on her if he's got to be a pervert completely. He can't just be a normal guy and be interested in girls coming at him. That's funny. Yeah. But overall, I thought that OniB was a little bit better than OniAi, but Ricky he thinks the opposite.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to talk about is the main characters of each show. Now, OniAi, the main character is pretty much very basic and I would say almost one-dimensional, which is a problem I have with this harem anime genre. The guy is like very noble and sweet and true to his values, and every time, it doesn't matter how attractive the girl is, he's gonna turn him down. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all whatsoever. But that's not really the thing. The real thing that kind of makes it boring for me is like the girls just keep hitting on him, and he keeps turning them down, and like
he does it like very easily. Like he doesn't really think about it.
Yeah, and just the problem I have is there's only so many times you can hit on this guy until it just starts getting tired and just kind of old. It's like okay, I know he's gonna turn him down and it's gonna be a little different than last time, but it's basically the same result that's gonna happen. So it becomes very formulaic, actually, which kind of gets boring. Now with the main character from the OniB, he's a pervert. He's got porn collection secret. He's part of this club where they talk about porno and porn magazines and all that stuff. And he's really dirty. He plays like the raunchy video games with the girls, virtual girls.
Yeah, dating sims, I think.
Yeah. So that, I mean, and that just kind of adds just a different element to it that makes it a little more funny because you got some pervert. It's not just, but the thing is, it's not just, he's not the only pervert. Even the girls, most of the girls are perverts in this show too, especially the ones that are trying to hit on him. Especially the girl that's, the whole guy, the girl who's thinking like that's her brother, and she's having all types of perverted thoughts. And I guess the whole perverted humor is a little different in this one. That makes it kind of a little bit more laughable, I guess. What else? We're going back to OniAi, and really, so I guess in OniAi, one of the things that makes it better than OniB, which is using these short names, because if we were to use the long names, that would just get too complicated. But OniAi has, in my opinion, it has some really pretty animation. I have to admit that. I noticed that when the opening, when it first starts, it's the main girl is going to. They have this whole sequence of her going to the subway, going through the city, talking to people, trying to find her way. That whole thing itself, no perverted thing whatsoever, but it had really beautiful animation. I mean, I was watching it like the first, I guess, few minutes. I'm like, wow, this anime looks very. Do I have the right anime? But I did. It was very pretty, and then that animation kind of goes throughout the whole show. So I have to approve of this animation style. I really like it a lot. OniB got some good animation too, but the OniAi definitely has some good animation style. And when I talk about animation style, that means I'm kind of like running out of things to say here. Because that's pretty much all I have to say about these two anime. They're not really that deep. They're just funny. And you know, I mean, basically the plot breaks down, said it all, and there you have it. So if you're first, I just wanted to tell you, like, if you're into the harem thing, if you like that, then you're gonna like the OniAi. Now, if you're into this whole thing with girls liking their brothers, then you're gonna like both of them. I don't know. I'm not really into that stuff. It wasn't that funny to me. It was a little bit funny, but not too much funny. But I would like to ask you, the viewer, some questions, because you know, I just was the first. Ricky would actually got me hip to the whole title of the genre harem. I didn't know there was a name for this stuff. The first one I saw was, of course, many people, this is the first one, Tenchi Muyo, I think it was, on Cartoon Network. And they were showing it, and I was like, man, this is lame. they had all these cool ones, and all of a sudden Tenchi Muyo comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, well, this is one dude, and all these girls are after. I mean, it's just kind of getting boring fast. So I never was really into the harem thing, but a lot of people like that stuff. So if you would like to comment on the YouTube channel or YouTube video, whatever, and just let me know, like, what is it about harem, this genre, that people love so much about it? Is it just that, oh, you're just kind of just taking it a little too serious? It's just funny, you know. I just want to get a good laugh. That's all it is. That's why it's okay. Let me know. Or is it more deeper? Like, oh, you know, Ricky was saying, it might be about the competition of the girls.
Yes, like some people will choose like will have like a favorite girl, and then it'll be like, oh, I hope she wins, or you know, for other reasons they'll like her, and you know, it's like, you know, just everyone like picks a favorite and they sort of just beat bash heads, or however you say that.
Yeah, team, you know, just reminds me of the whole Twilight thing, Team Jacob, Team, you know, kind of like that whole thing. The other thing, like you said, is another obvious thing. Oh, we just like it because girls, you know, just hot girls. I just like to watch them, and that's cool. The thing, and the question I have is, I know a lot of girls that like harem, that are really into harem. Like, I actually know more girls that are into harem. I mean, I'm talking about straight girls, not like lesbians and nothing like that. So, what's the appeal for them? Maybe they just, like Ricky was saying, maybe it's a whole, you know, fantasy of chasing after the perfect guy, and that's what they like about it. I don't know, but that would be a question I would propose. And we were talking, we don't know whether this other thing with this whole girl liking her brother, boy liking his sister, is that a big thing or not? If it is, I would like to ask, what's the appeal in that? Ricky's like, oh, it's just a fetish, you know. I mean, that's, you know, Japan, that's how they do it. So, you know, they got their little quirky fetishes over there. I mean, that could be it. I don't know. But I don't see it. You know, I don't see the appeal. I don't see the storyline wise, plot wise. It's just not interesting stuff to me. But let me know. Any other last minute things you want to throw out?
I don't know, I like OniAi better just because it has a bigger like WTF presence with me. It's like, I don't know, it's like, oh, like, this girl's crazy, you know, and just like, I don't know, I was just kind of laughing at her, like, at it, just how ridiculous it was, really.
Okay. I wasn't. Okay.
But I wouldn't continue watching it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Either or?
No.
Yeah, me neither. But let us know if you would. Or maybe you agree completely, like, yeah, these anime suck. I want. They're not too bad. It's just, why waste your time? So, I hate to say it like that. It sounds so mean. But really, that's how I feel. Anyway, tune in next time. We're on YouTube. Check us out. This is Anime Splash. Like us on our Facebook and follow us on our YouTube channel. Those are all cool. We love your comments. If you want to recommend an anime for us to check out, that's always fun to do. Until next time though, we'll catch you later. This is Anime Splash.